Hey everyone, it's Mayan Gordon and it's Friday. We're back. I wanted to hop on because it's been a little while since I've been on a live stream with you guys, mostly because I've been so busy crushing it out, working, having a good time, having meetings with some amazing people, working really, really hard on the infrastructure and the focus and clarity with Champion Empire, which I'm super excited about. I had a 7-hour meeting with my partner, Jesse Johnson. Look him up, send him a friend request. He's an awesome guy. And we spent 7 hours just knocking out, like, what are our true objectives? Do those objectives for each department match our long-term goals, match our vision statements, match our mission statement? What are some of the action steps that we have to start taking and planning out? What are the dynamics that we're going to have between our team members, and really just solidifying, okay, these are the things we're going to focus on in 2021. And if you have a business and a company, I think it's really smart to spend a lot of your December figuring out and crystallizing what is it that you really, really want to stay focused on and tackle in the next year, this next year being 2021. Oh my God, we're in the future, guys. It's incredible. What's up, Brian? How's it going? I hope you're having a really great day. What's up, Karina? Thank you so much. Appreciate your guys' support. Also, I wanted to come on here and remind you guys just real quick. I'm sure you've seen my post, but tomorrow morning starts the 24-hour live World of Glass experience. It's a glass blowing charity marathon. I'm going to be blowing glass for 24 hours, making glass hearts to show love and spread generosity and kindness. And we're raising money and awareness for 3 amazing charities: Blankets of Hope, Charity Water, and Equal Justice Initiative. And I'm really excited to say we've already raised $2,000 before the actual event. We have some incredible sponsors who I'm really excited chipped in, decided to make this thing really substantial. You know, this is my first time ever running a charity event. And when I started it, I felt completely lost, had no idea what I was doing. Already, I feel so much more confident in how this is running. I'm super excited that this is the first year in an annual event that I'm going to run the rest of my life. And to see how it compounds on itself and builds bigger and bigger every year, to me is just, oh my God, so, so exciting. What's up, Nidal? I'm going to say hello to a couple people tuning in right now. Julia, what's good? Stuart, great to see you too. I hope you guys are having a really great end to your week. And really, the context I wanted to hop on this live stream was so all these interesting things happened to me in my life. And I think I want to start sharing more fun stories and like realities of what it looks like to be a business owner, to be an influencer, to be someone who's ambitious and active as I am. And if you don't know and haven't seen a lot of my stuff, you'll know, or I'm here to tell you that I move at a really, really high pace. You can probably hear it from how quickly I talk when I'm excited, but I get things done very, very quickly because I'm really efficient. I've spent a lot of time in many, many years figuring out how I can become more effective, more efficient, and move faster at the things that I'm doing. Because, you know, the thing that really jazzes me up is progress, making progress towards the person I want to be, making progress in making the world a better place, making progress in my business, making progress in my personal life. Like, that is such a motivating thing to me that naturally it's relatively easy for me to figure out how to optimize things. Now, no matter what I've ever done in my life, there have always been people who want to tear me down. I'm sure you guys have experienced this to some degree at some point in your life. I've experienced it a couple times, really, really kind of hardcore. There's been times when I've gotten hundreds, probably close to thousands of Instagram messages from strangers, people I've never talked to, who I have no recollection of or don't know them at all, saying horrible things like, you know, you're worse than Hitler, you're destroying the world, you're a terrible, terrible person, I hope you die, watch out because our community is crazy and someone's about to show up to your house. All these crazy things that I'm sure you've heard of or possibly experienced yourself. And it doesn't matter what I'm doing. It doesn't matter if I'm making a mistake and maybe deserve some amount of people calling me out. Although I think if you're going to call anyone out, you can still do it in a kind and generous and positive way. To like today, when I did a post, let me pull it up on my Instagram so I can read it for you guys. Basically the same post I did here on LinkedIn, where I said, you know, 100 more homeless people are going to have blankets and hope this winter because of you guys. We've raised more than $500 for Blankets of Hope so far. And if you want, you can make a donation by hitting the link in the comments. For every $5 that you guys donate, Another homeless person gets a blanket to keep them warm that comes with a handwritten message from a grade schooler who took the time to write something from their heart to let that homeless person know that they are cared for, that someone is thinking about them, and that the world is not a wholly bad place and that things can get better. And then I got like a really negative comment on my Instagram that I wanted to share with you guys, because it doesn't matter. You guys, I mean, what is more harmless and helpful than trying to raise money for a charity? It doesn't matter what charity you're trying to raise money for. Like, you're trying to do a good thing. You're putting your energy and your time out into the world in a positive way. You might think, how could someone hate on that? Well, let me tell you, there are people out there who are negative on the inside, and literally everything they come in contact with, they're going to have something bad to say about that because they want to bring someone down to their level, because they're unaware of what they're even doing. They're in a place where their emotions are controlling them, and they are not logically using their brain to think about anything. They're coming from a place of pure emotional reactive state. So let me read this comment to you guys. Someone said, "That's sad that people pat themselves on the back for throwing a blanket at the homeless. Meanwhile, they're still sleeping on the street. If you cared, you'd be trying to help these people." So you can obviously tell that this person most likely feels, hey, my life sucks. No one's actually trying to help me. So everyone must be just trying to do nice things to make themselves look good. And then when I responded, let's see, and said, I have a lot of empathy for whatever it is you're going through in your life that makes you think negative thoughts towards positive things. You must be in a really bad place emotionally, and I'm truly sorry for that. And their response, of course, this is the pattern, you guys, that you'll notice. Negative people who are like really negative on positive things that you're doing will not listen to anything it is that you have to say. They've already decided they hate you. You suck. There is nothing you can say to change their mind about what it is that you're doing. So their response was, why are you asking me what I'm doing when I thought you just told me I'm doing nothing? I asked them, I was like, what are you doing to make the lives of homeless people better? Like, it's pretty interesting. You're throwing, what do they call it? Throwing shade, or, throwing glass when you live in a glass house, whatever that saying is. Throwing blankets to make homelessness a little bit more bearable, all the while millions of houses sit vacant nationwide. But no, don't start a charity that takes work and actually stops people from being homeless. Anyone can just throw a Band-Aid on a wound and walk away and pat themselves on the back for attempting to help. Want to help? Get people off the street. Charities like that are just money makers. Also, clearly they know nothing. Like Blankets of Hope, part of why I love Blankets of Hope is zero amount of any donation goes to the organization. 100% of every money that is donated from the public goes to buying blankets, not to transportation costs, not to administrative costs, not to anything else. So they're not only misinformed, but again, have a really negative mindset around charities. Maybe they don't know that there's charities. I think they're called 100 charities, where they donate 100% of the money that's received towards the cause that they're trying to help. They aren't actually helping anybody. It's just an easy moneymaker, like most charities. You are just virtue signaling, making me look like the bad guy because I thought of actually helping people instead of making up an illusion of helping. They're also trying to compare them thinking about helping to the action of helping. Guess what, guys? Thinking about helping doesn't actually help. Taking action to help people, that actually helps. I'm going to look at the comments real quick. See if there's any, if you guys got any questions for me, whether it's about stuff that I deal with, whether it's about Blankets of Hope or anything in general, now's a great time to throw out any questions you have. Oh, thank you so much, Nidal. I appreciate you joining. Glad it's your first time. Exactly, Karina. Don't focus on the negative. It typically is a waste of energy. Sometimes I delete negative comments. Sometimes I leave them up and I'll respond because, one, it's an opportunity for me to show that the way I want to respond to negativity is with more positivity. I'm not going to respond to negativity with negativity, which is what negativity wants you to do. They're trying to get a rise out of you. They're trying to get you to say something, to curse at them, and then they can go, look, here's proof that these guys are bad. They just talked to me in this negative way, even though they started it and are instigating and literally trying to get you to do that. So one, I see it as an opportunity for me to show like, look, I get it. You want to be negative. That's not what I'm about. Two, it might not change their mind, but maybe it changes the mind of other people who are reading this thread of comments. So that's when I'll take the opportunity to respond to these types of things. I also left it up because what ended up happening, someone else chimed in. Kind of, this tends to be the case. If someone's posting something like truly negative and kind of out of line, other people are going to see that and usually want to respond and be like, hey, that's not that cool. So this person responded, and I really like their comment. They said, with conflicting opinions, even of my own, initially upon reading this, I agreed. Blankets, big whoop, right? The notes, maybe patronizing. But truth be told, who cares why or what she's doing to help, so long as it's helping? Not everyone's in a position to create affordable housing. So, I mean, she's doing what she can. Love to actually be able to do more significant long-term work. But we have to get ourselves and our businesses in a position to be able to do that first and foremost. And even if I do find the notes patronizing on one hand, on the other hand, it's a huge lesson in empathy and understanding for the children that are writing these notes. Now, this is the middle of the comment. I'm going to pause. Here's another clear example. Someone who's never been homeless, their first thought that was that a note with the blankets would feel patronizing to the homeless. I can promise you, as someone who's been homeless for an extended period of time, that is just incorrect. It's not patronizing at all. When you're homeless and someone takes the time to come up and be nice to you and treat you like a real human being, it's the opposite of patronizing. It actually makes you feel whole again, feel like you're not being what's patronizing is people looking away and not looking you in the eyes, is people pretending that you don't exist when you're a homeless person. So they have a perspective and an opinion that they think is correct, but they don't know. They've never experienced it. And the fact is that it's incorrect. Maybe it might be correct for a very small percentage, but this charity wouldn't exist and be doing this work if the feedback they got from the homeless people was that it made them feel bad. The opposite is really what's true, and that they get constant and continual feedback like, wow, you guys, I know it might just be a blanket. I know it might just be a note, but this really was something impactful to me. And an example of that for me was when we were homeless, me and my husband, and we were we were like fancy homeless, meaning we had a vehicle to live out of. We had this 19-foot Dodge Coachman RV. So we weren't out completely on the street, but we certainly didn't have a home. We were in a state of starvation for a good month. And during this time, a neighbor from around the neighborhood where we were parked on the side of the street walked up to us with a bag of apples. Now, a bag of apples is no less significant or no more significant than a blanket might be. But to us, it was everything because we were hungry. And the fact that someone saw us and thought about how to help us and came up and went out of their way to talk to us and give us these apples meant the world to us. And we thought the world of that person. And so the most small and insignificant things in your eyes, because you're coming from a place of privilege, might mean the world to someone who has nothing. So I just wanted to talk about that real quick. Now let's dive back into the comment, because right now they're talking in a really reasonable conversational tone. Like I love every way that they're positioning their opinion. And this is how normal adults should have conversations, even when they disagree. Like initially they're like, I don't necessarily agree with this, but I do want to join the conversation and talk about it. I'm sure they're asking questions and becoming much more educated on the matter because of it. You also never explicitly claimed to be actually helping. Now, this is bringing up the definition of, we all might have different definitions of what helping means. If I'm helping someone feel better and giving them hope, to me, that's helping solve the problem. A big part of why people are homeless is not just situational. Sometimes it's mindset based. You can give someone a house, but if the core of the problem is their mindset, guess what? They're still going to be homeless. They're going to not be able to do anything with that home or that living place. So I like attacking the root of the problem, which I think is in the mind, the heart, and the soul. And then they took a little bit of a jab at me, which I'm totally fine with. You took a very defensive position, which I get. My aunt naturally has a way of cutting you down when you call her out. Albeit from a high horse, I think, because she's educated and usually articulate. I'm not hating on you for this, miss, but you do have a way of just shitting on someone and calling them and telling them they need to look at themselves. So here, they don't like how I speak and respond they don't like the fact that when someone's super negative, that I call them out, that it's probably something on the inside and that they should look at that. I agree with them a little bit. It is a little bit of a jab at people who are being negative. But I don't have a problem with that. That's kind of my way to jab at people instead of saying, you suck, I totally disagree, I don't think any of this. I like to go, you know what? I think that only negative people say negative things. And so you might want to look at why you're feeling so negative. Also, I thought it was funny that he said, I'm very educated and usually articulate. What a nice compliment. Let's see. But I recognize it's a defense because people are tiring to have to answer to no matter what. The possibility that as a man, sometimes we still mistake a woman speaking up for herself as just being bitchy is not lost on me. I like that he's bringing up this other context, which is so true. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Anytime a woman wants to assert her opinion, she's being defensive or bitchy, or there's all these things that we like to say about women that we would never say about men. So I like that he brought that up because that's certainly true. Mayan is putting in the work, and most of us barely help ourselves, let alone others. This has been my neutral, analytical commentary on this matter. Please don't fight me. And then he had a laughing face. I don't have the strength right now. So love that comment. Love that he chimed in. Appreciate his opinion, even if it might be different than some of the things that I think to be true. And then, I responded, and the conversation continues. So these are just some of the things that I deal with on a pretty regular basis around me trying to do good things from a pure place with a kind heart, and other people with their negativity trying to make it seem like I'm a bad person, or trying to make it seem like I have some secret agenda that I'm trying to achieve. Now, I don't have a problem with this because I've really gone through a long process of figuring out, what am I doing? What do I want? What am I committed to? And I know for a fact I am not doing it for gain for myself. Like, I am not putting all of this work into a charity event, spending all of this time to make myself look good. It is truly, and I picked 3 charities that I really have a deep connection with. Blankets of Hope, because I was homeless. Charity Water, because there's been times, mostly when I was homeless, when we didn't have access to water. And it ruins your life to not have these basic necessities and these basic things. When you're in a state of survival, it can be really, really depressing. It can suck out all the hope that you've ever had in your life. And to me, my biggest passion and mission is to inspire more hope in people, to inspire more belief, to inspire more imagination. And you can't do good things if you're in a place of hopelessness. So I like to attack the problem of hopelessness. And same thing with Equal Justice Initiative. Imagine being thrown in jail for something that you didn't do. The police did things that were illegal to arrest you in the first place, and you have no one on your side to help you at all. Imagine how hopeless you would feel with that. And so I love that Equal Justice Initiative supports people who are, incarcerated illegally, who don't have any help. And they're going after and attacking that hopelessness problem in a completely different manner than these other 2 charities. Let me look at the comments real quick. What's up, Lahaira? Or let me know if I mispronounced your name there. I'll look afterwards, and if you have the little sound symbol. I love that LinkedIn added that feature of there's a little bullhorn symbol you can click, and then people will pronounce their names for you. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for listening to me, guys, today. I hope that you have an amazing Friday night, an amazing weekend. If you have any time on Saturday, pop in on TikTok to my live stream, even if it's a couple minutes, just to say hi, see what's going on with the charity event. And I really, really appreciate all of you guys for all the wonderful and amazing things that you guys do in your life to try and make this world a better place. If you want to get in touch with me, the easiest way to do it is through LinkedIn or Instagram. Just search my name. It should pop up. And I'd love to meet you guys, form more deep connections and relationships, and see if there's anything that I can do to bring you value. Have an amazing night, guys.